Today our lesson is on growing patterns. This is Unit 1, Lesson 8. And we're going to look at two questions from the final check for understanding. The first one, number 1, identify some features of this growing pattern. What is the next term of the pattern? Well, let's take a look at the pattern. What are some things that you notice? When it says identify some features of this growing pattern, that means what do you see? So I encourage you to jot down, in your journal, what are you seeing when you look at the pattern? And I'm going to write some things that I see. The first thing I'm going to notice is that they look like they're kind of like L shapes. So I'm going to say L shapes. And then I notice that they get taller and longer. Each one is a little taller, each one is a little longer. How much taller and how much longer for each term? This term starts with 1, 2, 3. So here's our original 3, and it looks like 1 has been added. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1 added on each end. So now we've got our 5, and now 1 is added at the top and at the side, and we've got 7. And here we've got our 7, and 1 is added at the top and 1 is added at the side, and we've got 9. So it looks like each term has 1 unit added at the top and side. Or I could say bottom, or I could say the legs of the L. I could just say 1 unit is added at each end. The next term has 1 unit added at each end. What's another thing that you notice when you count the terms? The first term has 1, 2, 3 square units. The next term, we had our original 3, 4, 5. The next term had our 5, 6, 7. I'm going to venture that this next one is 9 without even counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do you think the next one's going to be? 3, 5, 7, 9. Well, if you said 11, you would be correct. These are all odd numbers, and we're adding 2 to each number. 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11. The next one would even be 13, and we're adding 2 because we're adding 1 at the top and 1 at the side. So what is the next term of the pattern? Well, here you need to get in the drawing mode, and we're going to draw. I'm going to start with my center center square, and I'm going to, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, in fact, let's just do that on this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it's not as pretty as this one, but it does the job. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add 1 more. It's going to have adding 1 at the top and 1 at the end. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is our next term. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, number 2. What is the next term? What is the rule of this pattern? What is the 14th term? Okay, they're asking us 3 questions. But before I try to answer these questions, I'm going to study this pattern a little bit. And I'm going to kind of think aloud as I do that. They've labeled the terms for us. And the first is scissors, crayon. Then there's 2 scissors and a crayon. Then there's 1, 2, 3 scissors and a crayon. So, scissors, crayon, scissors, scissors, crayon, scissors, 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 crayon. I think we're ready to say what the next term is going to be. What is the next term? The next term is going to be well, those are scissors. The next term is going to be scissors. So the 10th term, which is the next term, is scissors. I'm going to spell it out here instead of drawing a picture, but you can do whichever you want. Okay. What is the rule of this pattern? The rule is how the pattern grows. How do we know what's going to be next? Well, it starts out with scissors, then a crayon. Scissors, then a crayon. 1 scissors, 1 crayon. 2 scissors, 1 crayon. 3 scissors, a crayon. 4 scissors, and then a crayon. The rule would be every time there's a crayon, or we're adding another pair of scissors before each crayon. There's 1 scissors, 1 crayon. We're adding a pair of scissors. 2 scissors, a crayon. 3 scissors, a crayon. What do you think? And here we're going to have 4 scissors, a crayon. Let's go ahead and draw that out. So there's 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We need 1 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one would be, that's a crayon. So 4 scissors and a crayon. Okay, what is the 14th term? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. I could put my little TH up here. What is the 14th term? The 14th term is a crayon. Okay, now I didn't write out the rule of the pattern. We talked about it. If we were to write it, I would just say that for every crayon, another scissors is added. Just something simple like that. Each time there's a crayon, there's another scissor. All right, thank you for joining me.